Robyn Sanders. I am 8 years old and I am a piano student. I've got some practice tips for you. First, it's important to work on the harder sections first.
Garrison's going to tell us another tip, and that has to do with, do you practice from the beginning all the time, or will you start somewhere else in your practice this week?
I don't know. Beginning.
Wrong answer! Where should you start? Should you play the part that you're really good at over and over and over again? Or should you maybe play the part that you are not as good at?
Not as good.
Aha! So where are you going to start in this piece?
I'm going to start at...
Point to where you're going to start in this piece.
Start at, I'm going to start one page below.
Okay.
This is called target practice, where you drill the hard spots and make them perfect, so you can make a bullseye. I like to play a game called 5 Steps of Terror. I put a prize on the piano. I find the hard spots in the music. By the way, I have a secret tip for you. When choosing your 3 to 5 notes, stop on the corrected mistake. So if you're missing a B flat like this, so you would play it correctly on the B flat. It's also helpful to mark the score with a pencil. Next, I turn on the metronome at a super slow tempo. A tempo that is slow enough to keep my brain ahead of my fingers. I free count with the metronome and play a small section. It's very important to count aloud as you play. One, two, ready, go.
And 4, and 1.
You can only count silently in your head after years of counting aloud. So I still have a few more years to go before then. And since I played it perfectly, I get to move the prize down 1 key. If I mess up, I need to move the prize backwards. Each time I play correctly, I move the metronome up 2 notches. Ready, go. And 4, and 1. And once I get it to the F key, I win the prize. Metronome are a great device to help us practice. They help us keep a steady beat, plus they help show us the progress we make. For example, when I'm learning a new piece, I only work on a small section at a time, maybe like 4 measures max. If the music is very difficult, I might just learn 1 or 2 measures at a time.
Always set your tempo by the hardest part.
I use the metronome like this. I have a speed at about 50 or 60. This is a new piece I've never played before, so I'll only do 2 measures. 1, 2, ready, go. Quarter, quarter, half note. Quarter, quarter, half note. Since I didn't make a mistake, I get to move the metronome at 2 notches. 1, 2, ready, go. Quarter, quarter, half note. Quarter, quarter, half note. And then I get to move up 2 more notches. 1, 2, ready, go. Quarter, quarter, half note. Quarter, quarter, half note. Then I move it 1 notch slower. 1, 2, ready, go. Quarter, quarter, half faster and 2 notches slower. I keep doing this until I get it fast enough. Eventually, I'll get up to a speed where my brain can't get in front of my fingers. So I'll have to slow it down to a speed where I can play it correctly. I might also find a spot that's really tricky, so I have to do the target drill. I write down the fastest speed of my music. The next day when I go to practice, I start 3 notches slower than that speed and try to work it up even faster by going 3 notches faster or 1 notch slower. And then I learn the next 4 measure section the same way. Before I leave, I'll share a top secret tip with you. Practice backward. Once the piece is learned, play the last measure or the last couple of measures. I play the last measure, quarter, eighth, and then I play the last 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3. I keep on going backward and adding measures each time until I play the whole piece through. This is great if you have to memorize a piece. Yeah. I hope these tips will help your practicing sessions. Have to be practicing.